You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. Let's get it. You gotta make sure you catch him with the hands open like that. Boom!
The f off the block, What's wrong with you?
No round twos.
Hey, yo, Chris Tucker, let him know.
You got knocked the fuck out, man!
So it is announced that Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free will be headlining the Super Bowl performance in 2025. And notice how I said Dave Free. Notice how I mentioned the greatest creative director in music right now. And no one has talked about Dave Free.
Why?
And why he is very important to what's about to happen in 2025 with the Super Bowl. But we'll get into that later because y'all want to talk about Lil Wayne and bring up Jay-Z and Jay-Z being petty. But let's really get into it because there's a lot of lies.
Way better performer than
Performer?
Absolutely.
Live
Yes.
Live performer? That's
Yes.
better than Kendrick Lamar?
Yes.
I like you, man. You lie a lot.
And I'm here to fix all that, man. First person shooter, really interesting. Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl. All right.
Big as the what? Big as the Super Bowl.
That's all I needed for him to do that. And it became personal with me.
This is the greatest 4-tweet run in history. All that man is doing is sending out links, and y'all saying he's doing too much. And by the way, this is a multi-Grammy Award winner, VMA Award winner, Pulitzer Prize winner, critically acclaimed albums, all for y'all to sit here, talk out of your neck, and say that he made his career based on Not Like Us. Y'all disgust me. I truly feel bad for Lil Wayne because Lil Wayne is getting unnecessary hate. He's innocent. This is not to discredit or insult one of hip-hop's legends. And Lil Wayne, 9 times out of 10, is unbothered by a lot of things. You know, it's really interesting. You see Birdman talking. Right? As if Birdman didn't extort Lil Wayne, wasn't paying Lil Wayne. In fact, Lil Wayne had to sue Birdman at one point just to put an album out. Talk about Jay-Z. Didn't Jay-Z pay off Lil Wayne's taxes when Lil Wayne was $14 million in debt?
Damn.
I just want to know the answers to these questions. But let's dive a little deeper. Lil Wayne, the performer, and I love Lil Wayne. The Super Bowl performance, it's the biggest stage in America, right? You have a sporting event with people who listen to Bruce Springsteen. Hip hop is at the forefront right now, as it should be. And y'all want to sit here and say Lil Wayne's the best option because he's from New Orleans? When was that ever important with the Super Bowl? Y'all talking about geographically, but let's dive a little bit deeper. Let's just look at Kendrick Lamar, the performer, and Lil Wayne, the performer. Y'all talking out your neck if you think Lil Wayne's a better performer than Kendrick Lamar. I want y'all to watch this for a second. This
This is my heritage, y'all. I'm inheriting money and power to make a marriages. Tell me something, you can't tell me nothing. I'd rather die than to listen to you.
And don't get me wrong, Lil Wayne's a great rap performer, but there's a difference between standard rap concerts and the Super Bowl. You're talking about all these fans on the biggest stage ever. The music itself is not enough. I don't care how many hits Lil Wayne has. And the harsh reality is when you watch this performance of Lil Wayne, number one, the breath control isn't there. Number two, the clarity isn't there. He does not sound clear. When Kendrick performs, you hear every single word, okay? And that's very important. Maybe not to us because we know these lyrics, but some random ass Sally sitting on the couch for her family.
That shit is a 2-pack of ass. The fuck are you talking about? That shit stinks.
Also, censoring lyrics. One of the greatest things about Kendrick Lamar's performances is he's able to describe an emotion, a feeling. He could yell, he could scream, he could be angry, but at no point does he curse, right? He understands what's accessible for a TV audience. Censoring yourself is a very important thing, especially when we're talking about the Super Bowl, which is why it's not going to be easy for somebody like Lil Wayne, who often forgets lyrics, to get up on that stage for 14 minutes. And not to mention, Lil Wayne don't move around the way Kendrick Lamar moves around. Kendrick Lamar blends himself in with the choreo, with the lighting, with the design of the stage.
35 summers in the making, stop faking, you forgot about Dre. 35 summers in the making, I'm talking NWA.
Even when he performed with Beyonce for America Has a Problem, he's putting on a uniform with the aesthetic of Beyonce. This man cares about every single element of his performances. You don't think Jay-Z was looking at them Amazon numbers, those Amazon analytics, and seeing how successful Kendrick Lamar made Amazon over the summer with that Juneteenth concert? And
what is the L? Bird niggas and bird bitches go. The audience not dumb. Shake the stories how you want. Hey Drake, they're not.
I really think some of y'all need to go back to school, bro. Respectfully. Let's talk about Day Free for a second. I don't know if y'all know this, but Chanel is one of the biggest fashion brands out there. And there was a film that came out at the beginning of the year that no one talks about now in hip hop, but in the fashion world, it was really big.
I'm up and down, I'm unenthused, happy then I'm paralyzed by other moods. Temporary pleasures running out of fuel. To see there's an exit is impossible.
That was the last ticket to Paris, madame. Merci.
Excuse me, I need to get to Paris. Is there anything you can do?
And there was a fashion show along with it. And ask yourself who the creative director was for Chanel. It was Day Free. Day Free directed and wrote the treatment for this film right here. He helped the creative direction for Calvin Klein ads. Not to mention the Juneteenth concert and a lot of Kendrick Lamar's music videos. Because he's not rapping, it's not important to y'all, huh? Not realizing that he's responsible for the artistic direction in these Kendrick Lamar visuals, music videos, theatrical performances. A lot of that is Day Free, but y'all don't want to talk about that. Day Free and Kendrick Lamar having 5 to 6 months to sit down and prep a concert is insanely, like, y'all don't, I have goosebumps thinking about that. And you know what's interesting? A lot of people in hip hop, they're going to say this right here. Lil Wayne is more influential than Kendrick Lamar. That's what everyone says. And guess what? You're right. You're 100% right. I think the word influence is one of the most overused words in hip hop discussions. People use the word influence and think that makes one artist better than the other. In no other genre of music do they talk about influence the way hip hop fans talk about it. I'll explain. Let's talk Kanye West. What's the most influential Kanye West album? Think about it in your head. Write it in the comment section. Most of y'all probably said 808s and Heartbreak. See, influence is often determined by the amount of copycats that will follow. I'll say that one more time. Influence is often determined by the amount of copycats that will follow. So 808s and Heartbreak, yeah, there was a ton of artists that sounded a lot like Kanye on 808s and Heartbreak after it released because he was singing with auto-tune over some 808s. It's a lot easier to do that than try to recreate The College Dropout where he was chopping up samples like no other. Then recreate Graduation where he was making stadium sounding music. And best believe, no one ever sits there and says My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy by Kanye West is an influential album. You want to know why? Because ain't no one recreating My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. You can't do it. There's only one artist in the world that can make that album, and it's Kanye West. That's why that album doesn't have any influence, because y'all don't have the talent or skill to recreate what Kanye did on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. That's a masterpiece. And the thing with Kendrick Lamar, he's only done that in his career. Come out with masterpieces. Ain't no one putting out To Pimp a Butterfly, but that's why it's not influential. Because y'all can't copycat it. Y'all don't have the skill nor talent to copy it. So saying Lil Wayne being more influential than Kendrick Lamar is the reason why Lil Wayne deserved the performance is absolute BS. Now let's talk about Nicki Minaj.
No! God, please, no! No!
Taking the moral high ground is not something Nicki Minaj should be doing, considering who you're dating, who you're in a relationship with. You'll completely understand why Kendrick Lamar will be headlining the Super Bowl in 2025 and why he's the first rapper to do so. There's very few things where I'll sit here and say there's no argument for. There's no argument for this. Subscribe to the channel, support the channel, watch my other videos because I talk my shit on there. And as always with the channel, we end off with the hug. Bring it in.